Alright, so apparently my device memory was full, so now I have to do it on my card. Alright, so like I was saying, once you have your wires ran through, just run some electrical tape on them. And then this will ensure that they're properly, they're the proper length that you need them to go into your device and out of your device, also for when you go to attach them to your LCD assembly. So then we just kind of separate these wires right here. Okay, and then we want to lock them into place, so just keep it like that. Then we come in here, set this hinge. It has a little alignment pin that you put it into, and then that'll hold it in its place. And it's right there. Okay, once that's aligned, great. Okay, so now we put our video cables and such right here, and we have that little copper bracket that we use to lock those into place so that they're not moving around on us. Run your Bluetooth through there. Your Wi-Fi ones go through here. Okay, like that. Okay. Then we grab this plastic one that holds them all down and just clip it in there like that. It has little clips that go on the one side there. You'll see them. Then we just tighten this one up. Not too tight, don't get all crazy. Once it stops rotating, you're done. Okay, so now that we have this, then we can bring in the motherboard case again. Get your bottom case, like so. Lay down your palm rest, like so, and start clipping it in. And then we're going to just start connecting our cables. So there's that one. Then we have the video. Then we have to connect the Bluetooth one back on. Fish this little cable out. Move this connector out of the way. Actually, we could go ahead and connect it, I suppose. Okay, and just plug that antenna in. Get the wire or your ribbon cable nice and tight in there. Press that down. Push that in like that. Make sure your connectors here are back in. Just grab them with the tweezers. It's a lot easier to handle these things with tweezers. Aligning them and pushing them in is so much easier. Okay, so now that we have those, let's see if our Wi-Fi ones made it through. Yeah, they did. Okay, cool. Alright, and then we'll just... This is sometimes easier without anything, just your fingernails and fingers. And then just work that over its position and clip it down. There we go. Those are back in. These are all connected. You got your ribbon cable, you got your Bluetooth antenna hooked up. So now you just press this down. It's not going to stay that well. I mean, this adhesive is pretty old. So what you could do is get some Kapton tape and then just right over it. That's what I'll do to seal this edge here. So this is pretty wide, so I'm just gonna come in like that, seal that area, and then run one across here. Like that. You can take whatever goes over and just cut it. Just tear it off like that. Excuse me. Okay, so now we have these wires. We have that. Okay? So now let's connect our touchpad. This again, sometimes it's easier to just grab it with some tweezers very gently. And of course use the tab provided on the ribbon cable to slide it into place and then lock it in. Now that we've got this area done, let's put the 2 screws that go on this side here on the right side. This is gonna become 2 parts because, well, just editing this crap takes too damn long to render. So put this one in, and then we'll put the ones that go on the back of the hinge area here back into place. Okay, make sure that it's going in the right place there. Okay, cool. And the case, as you can see, is all lined up. Got some stuff floating around. Okay, we've done that part, which is, I would say, one of the harder parts to do in this. So now we can go ahead and cover this up. Really, you just drop this in. Like that, just push that in there, and then that'll lock. Now we go ahead and grab the memory cover. Put those 2 screws in there. Take the 2 screws from our keyboard and put them there, and then what we do is I just run that in there. I use my plastic pry tool to get behind that video cable, or not the video cable, the keyboard cable, and to ensure that it's in there properly. See, now it's out, so force. Okay, that's in there. So now we go ahead and put the cover on here. Okay, well, this dang cable doesn't want to stay out of the way. Okay, so now we shove the access keyboard ribbon cable into that slot provided there. This one's not latching, so we'll just bend this one downwards a little bit so it latches in. Then we'll take the 2 screws holding that hold the keyboard. Okay, tighten those up. Okay, then now we can replace this. Okay, now that's secured, clipped in. Then we can bring in our back panel. Okay, so now we have to rearrange these cables here. Put that on there. What I'm going to do first is stand it up like this, and I'm gonna screw the the hinge to the one side. I'm just gonna come in here, okay? So you guys probably won't be able to see this because I gotta do it while it's standing up. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I'm gonna bend these to a closed position. Like this. There we go. Now I should be able to just come in, kind of come in, and of course this is backwards, so yay for not realizing that. Okay, we're gonna have to remove this piece here. Forgot my last one was broken, so it just came out a lot easier. It's a pain in the butt. There we go. And pop that out. Should slide in now. Goodness. There we go. Just had to maneuver them over some stuff. Now I will attach the cover. Okay. And then now I can go ahead and get this one in. This one had that little copper shim on it, so okay, so now we'll let that be there. Okay, get that all twisted, so okay, lock that in. Fold that down. Okay, now the fun part. Let's reattach our Wi-Fi antennas. So that'll be white one here. And line it up as best as you can, and then just push down on it. Then we have our Bluetooth antenna that goes here as well. Just line that out as best as possible and push down on it. There we go. Then you have your black Wi-Fi antenna that goes into here. Also push that down. Now we're going to get into the Kapton tape to hold these down. This one was held down right around that area there. This is a wide tape. They sell a lot skinnier tape you can use. Then drop one there for that. And then just get one, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear this in half and do it like that. Okay. That should hold those down. And then now we can put the covers that we removed to get access to those, which is here. Let me make sure. I don't know if you're going to be able to, you guys will be able to see this in focus or not, but just get that back in there like this. Then you close it and make sure that it's nice and flush, and this one is. This is really good. It's coming out really good. Okay. At this moment, go ahead and reintroduce this little thing here. Oh. Dang it. Of course it doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Alright, that's back in there. Now let's reconnect the fingerprint reader. So let me make sure that you guys are focused in. We'll be right over there. Okay. Reconnect your fingerprint reader. to its ribbon cable. Place it in its position. And sometimes you gotta like untangle it or whatever. And screw that back in like that. This wire is just tangled up a little bit. No big deal. Then you have your power board. And we'll just connect that. Run this through here. Okay. Just remember this one had this bracket that ran across it like so, and it hooks in to a little hook here on this side here like that, and then it'll line up with your screw hole properly. Okay, so now we have those. And we're going to leave this disconnected so that we can go ahead and plug in our video and digitizer to our new LCD, which is here. Like I said, we're going to remove all this crappy... that one will stay. This crappy tape. It almost looks like medical tape. So let's get the Kapton tape out. Get this ready for our digitizer, which is now plugged in. Okay. Then now get another piece for our video. Okay, get our video cable. Just line this up. Don't force it in. There we go. Set this tape right over the connection. And now we will just simply drop it. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot that that's what this bracket is for here. For the power, for your power button, this little bracket goes over these cables. Okay, so you drop, this goes up and around it like this, sits on top of it. Then you get your cable there. Also this bracket, actually, no, that one's right. Or does it? Yeah, see? That's what happens when you don't remember how you took it out. Okay, so we'll just pull this out and over like so. Okay, pull this, but then that'll interfere with the buttons. So pull this out, disconnect it. This is what happens. I don't edit anything out, so this type of stuff happens. Okay, so here we go. If I remember correctly, now this bracket goes up and over into that. Okay, like this, or like frickin'. Okay, that'll hold that one there. Then this will line up there. Okay. LCD is now lined up. We'll have to plug this into the inverter board. Okay, so that's there. And then this hook goes over those cables so that it holds them down. So lock it in to its little hook, and there we go. Okay. All right. Line up our power button. There we go. Now it's nice and straight. Move the Kapton tape out of the way. And then now we can go ahead and rotate this so that we can work without it having super extended out. I'm going to plug in after I'm going to tighten just two sides of the LCD. Okay, so that I can still lift this area up here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove the just lift up that connector there where I need to plug in this cable. See if I can get this one out. Okay, here it is. And then, very carefully, try to line it up. Okay. That's plugged in. Now we just let this, and we just push that down to protect that wire connection there. And then same thing on this side, I'm just going to pick up the inverter board just a little bit. I don't want to put too much tension on it. If you have to, you can just work your pry tool back and forth until you remove the adhesive that's holding it, and then push it in. Before we get any further, we will plug the computer in, power it on, and then hopefully the LCD works. So, built-in hard drive error. Well, there is no hard drive in there right now, but there you go, it works. So now we can just go ahead and unplug it. So that LCD works, that's good. Now we just bend that down, and then a little bit of tape there. 2 screws to finish off the LCD mounting. Okay, there we go. That's complete. So now I'll rotate it, blow off any dust that we might have in there, get a microfiber cloth, ever so gently, no pressure at all, just running the cloth right over it. Okay. Do the same thing to the glass on the inside. Okay, I'm just gonna ever so lightly run the microfiber cloth over it. And then just line it up. Make sure your fingerprint reader aligns properly. You can move it with your plastic pry tool. You know, get it lined up. Oh, forgot to put this little piece in there. Crap. Okay. No problem. I forgot to put a piece in. Now we'll have to clean it again. But I did forget this side piece for this area. So we'll just get this in there, and then we'll go back to that. Okay, so got to screw that in. It's got a screw. Double zero, just run it in. And then again, since we opened it up again, or I opened it up again, hopefully you won't forget that piece that I forgot. Then you only have to clean it once. Let's reattach this. Push down on it at the top, and everything here should line up properly now. Okay. Awesome. Everything is just clipping in as it should. And then let's go ahead and reattach the bezel to it. Sorry, I know it's probably shaking right now, but I do apologize for that. T3 screws, or not T3 screws, but 3 screws left, just on the top. And of course, if you just have a broken LCD or an LCD that's gone white and doesn't work anymore, you won't have to go through the extent that I did, but mine had a hinge problem and an LCD problem, and I really had no choice to do this to it. So go put the covers back on it. Some of them did fall off, it looks like, so we'll have to find them. Ah, I have an extra one, so I'll just be very careful when you're using a razor blade. I hope that I don't have to tell you, it's very sharp. Okay, so there we have that. Now let's rotate this, close it, and we'll put this little cover back onto it here. There we go. Now we'll flip the unit on its upside down here, and then we'll put battery back in, lock that back into place, grab our hard drive, line up the connectors, and push those in, push your hard drive back in, grab your hard drive cover, okay. Now let's reassemble, or let's put all the screws that go back into this, starting with the long ones first that I marked with my Sharpie. Ooh, that's probably shaking real bad for you guys. Sorry about that. Alright, now all the other screws are all the same size. All right, that there. We are almost done. As soon as we get these last 4 screws that I have left in my hand, this project is done. Then we'll power it up, test it, make sure that everything works. The digitizer might have to be recalibrated. Not sure yet. Sometimes you have to recalibrate them, sometimes you don't. So we have no extra screws, so that's good. That's always a good thing when you're working on something and you have no extra screws. Get our tweezers out of the way, pry tool, everything. We have that. Let's plug this in. I'll bring you guys down so you guys can see what's going on. Okay. I don't know how this is going to work here, so okay. Doesn't want to focus. Okay, here we go. There's that. It'll try to boot to a network. Oh, this stupid phone does not want to focus. Okay, once it finds out that, hey, there is no network. Ooh, my hands are shaking pretty bad. It takes forever to find out that there is no damn network. Come on. There we go. It's like, oh, there's no network, so now it goes into booting to the hard drive. Okay, so there we have that, booting into Windows. Just cleaning that off there. Okay, so here we are in Windows. Where is my stylus pen? Here's the stylus pen, and that works. Let's go ahead and boot in. The touchpad works. It's taking a while to boot in. Let's see if the keyboard works. Alright, well the touchscreen works. It does not have to be calibrated. Sorry, I'm all like right on the microphone here.